border Biden regime. Kayla was one of countless American victims ripped away from their families by the open border policies of that administration. We're also joined by Kayla's stepfather, Jeremiah, and several other courageous Angel families here today. And I'd love you to all just stand up and take a bow because you are incredible people, please. I want you to know that we are working every day to expel these savages from our country and ensure that what happened to your loved ones will never happen again. So your legacy is going to be a great one. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it. On day one of my administration, I declared a national emergency on our southern border. First full month in office, we achieved the lowest level of illegal border crossings ever recorded. Okay? For years, Democrats and the media kept saying we needed new legislation. We had to have new legislation. We needed it immediately. And I did that legislation in the history of our country for almost 40 years. And by the time I got out, we had the lowest numbers ever. My favorite chart of all time was brought down that day. And on that chart, so we had the lowest numbers ever. But it turned out that we really didn't need new legislation. All we needed was a new precedent. I said that the other night. That's what we needed was a new precedent, saying close the borders because the border patrol is unbelievable, ISIS is unbelievable, and law enforcement is just incredible. All you guys are amazing, and the people of our country respect you and they love you, and a lot of times you don't hear that because you have to listen to the fake news back there, but they have great respect for you. So I just wanted to know that. And you know that includes our fire departments. They don't get spoken about enough. You know, they go into some of the areas where they're shooting them off ladders. Can you believe it? They go up to put out a fire and they go and they shoot off a ladder. It's just unbelievable. These firemen and women are incredible. So I want to put them in the same category because they're just incredible. I also like the fact they voted for me like at 94%, so I have to mention them. I have no choice. Right? But the truth is they're phenomenal people. Law enforcement, fire, and everybody. Basically first responders, because that's what they are, first responders. And we're ending the migrant occupation of America, and what we're doing now is we're liberating our cities and our suburbs and our towns, and you see a big difference. I'm getting calls all the time from even leaders of other countries saying, sir, the whole world feels liberated now. It feels like there's a light over America, but there's a light over the whole world. I hear that so much. It's so nice to hear, too. And I feel it. I feel it. I look at it. I see the polls. I don't know if the polls are right, but they're certainly very good. I'll take them right now. It's amazing what's taking place in such a short period of time, really 6 weeks. But it's longer than that. It's really November 5th. I think that hopefully will go down, if you do your job right, it'll go down as the most important day, one of them at least in the history of our country. You know, July 4th was pretty, 1776 was pretty important too. But let's see if we can top it. Can we top it? I don't know. That's a tough one. We're going to try. But it will be one of the most important days in the history of our country. So I think, and I think everybody in this room wants it to happen. Last month we officially designated MS-13 and Tren de Aragua. It's the Venezuelan gang, the toughest gang they say in the world, and the Mexican drug cartels is a foreign terrorist organization. It's a big deal. Nobody wanted to do that. We've got hundreds of them, Venezuelan gang, which is as you can see, we'll be reading a lot of stories tomorrow about what we've done with them. And you'll be very impressed. You'll feel a lot safer to our vicious group. They went into Colorado, they took over areas in Colorado. They sort of were like me, they were in the real estate business, but they didn't go out and get financing. They just took over a building and kept it. And they said that the tenants, get the hell out of here. And one man call the police, and they cut off his fingers, and they say, you call again, your other fingers, and you call a third time, you're dead. These are tough people and bad people, and we're getting them out of our country. And some are so bad, we don't want to get them out, we have to put them in jail because we don't want to even take a chance that they can come back. Thanks to our efforts, Mexico recently handed over 29 of the biggest cartel leaders, including the depraved kingpin charged with the 1985 murder of DEA agent Kiki Camarena. And that's a big deal. As you know, they've been looking for this person for years, many years, and we got him. This evil killer will be now prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, and we know that let's put it this way, I have to be nice. It's a very strong place. We're stopping the criminals going across the borders in record levels, and we're also stopping the massive quantities of deadly drugs. In 2023 alone, drug overdoses killed more Americans in 12 months than they did during the entire decade between 1980 and 1990, so 10 times more, but it's much higher than that. More Americans died from fentanyl last year than died in the Korean War, the Iraq War, the Afghanistan War, all of them combined. That's why I placed large tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China, and they will remain in place until these deadly poisons stop pouring into our country. And I will tell you, as soon as I put on the tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China, unbelievable results have been seen in the last few weeks. Unbelievable results. They weren't happy about it, you probably bet they weren't happy, but they are working like hell to end it. They weren't working very hard before I did that. With us today is a brave mother and an advocate, Ann Funder, who lost her beautiful 15-year-old son, Weston, to fentanyl. And Ann, if you would, I'd like to ask you to come up and say a few words, please. Thank you.
First, I want to say thank you. I think this is the biggest honor of my entire life, being on stage with President Trump. But I want to tell you a little bit about my son, Weston, who absolutely loved President Trump. We had a beautiful Trump 2020 flag hanging in his bedroom, and he had it on the beach one day, and we took a picture, and it became our 2020 Christmas card with the most perfect slogan for President Trump: peace on earth. But what happened in the next 4 years would be devastational to our country and our safety of our children. And in 2022, Weston lost his life, a freshman in high school at the age of 15, from a single pill that took his life. The cartels were allowed to operate on American soil and took hundreds of thousands of American lives. And so we knew there was only one person that could save us from the devastation on our American soil, and that was President Trump. And so in 2024, we did the best thing that we could do to keep America safe again, and we elected President Donald J. Trump. Yeah, and he's done everything that he's promised. We have a 98% decrease in border crossing, and he has labeled the terrorist cartels terrorist organizations, and he has instilled tariffs because there is no price on human life. And so I feel like I can speak for the entire fentanyl fighting community when I say thank you to President Trump, and thank you to Pam Bondi and everyone out here who is fighting this fight. God bless you. God bless you, President Trump.